Now, this might be a crazy take because every time I see this shoe mentioned, I see a lot of love for this colorway, but I'm probably in an island because I don't love this shoe. I think it's a very clean and nice looking shoe, but just doesn't get me super excited. It is not absolutely delicious in my opinion. I just can't help liking what I like. And I'm not gonna come here and pretend like I love this shoe and say like, you must grab this, these are gonna fly off the shelves, just get your hands on these. No, you don't have to get these. It is totally up to you. But I will say, after 12 years, it is nice to see the return of this OG colorway, Air Jordan 12 Taxi. And the shoe is dropping on November 8th for $215 in the United States. And this, of course, is an OG colorway that originally dropped in 1996. So MJ did wear this on court during the 96-97 season. And this also returned in 2008 as part of the Countdown Pack. And the last time it returned was actually 2013. So it's been a while since we've seen this colorway. Now, out of all the OG colorways, Blue Games, easily my favorite. There is the black and white colorway. That's pretty nice. There is the cherries. Those are pretty nice. That came back like 2 or 3 years ago. Can't quite remember now. Like I said in the intro of my video, the 12s just don't speak to me as much as like the 5s or the 1s or the 4s or the 3s or the 11s or even the Jordan 20s. I just don't love the shape and silhouette that much. So I don't absolutely love this colorway. I don't think it's delicious. Very clean, black and white majority, with some gold on the eyelets, some yellow, of course, on the outsole. It is clean, but I don't lose my mind over it. Actually, one of my favorite Jordan 12 colorways is not an OG colorway. It is the Jordan 12 Mellow that also returned this year. I really also love the A Ma Maniére Jordan 12s. I think there's a certain elegance to how that shoe came out. So I really like those, even though they're just collaborations. But yeah, just giving you my honest thoughts. I like these, but don't absolutely love them. And the materials on the shoe, what you would expect for a Jordan 12. So it is majority leather and it is quite textured hair. It is nice, nothing like super premium or anything, nothing that'll blow your mind, but you do see a lot of that texture. A lot of Jordan 12s do come like that. And on the mudguard area, you will see that faux lizard skin, that texture I've never really loved. I don't really like how it feels to the touch. And then you'll also get that little Jumpman tab. Sometimes on different 12s, they'll change this faux lizard skin to like suede or nubuck. Kind of gives it a different look. And this might be blasphemy because this deviates from the OG construction of the shoe, but I actually kind of like that. Similar to how sometimes they swap out the elephant print on the 3s, just make it like a flat suede or nubuck or whatever. It can look cleaner and it just might be better in some settings. So yeah, sometimes when they switch it up, I do like it. And the shape of the Jordan 12 was inspired by high heels actually. So if you see this very angular type of shape on the 12s, once you know the inspiration, you can absolutely see that reference. And the design of the stitching, that is actually inspired by Japan, the land of the rising sun. So the stitching is actually meant to resemble the rays of a sun. Now, in terms of the shape of this shoe, it is an OG colorway. So of course, a lot of people are going to compare this to like the original form of the Jordan 12s. And I don't think they've got it like exactly identical. This does look, just from images, like a little slimmer than like the originals. I think they're probably never going to get the identical shape. And moving on to the booty of the shoe, you will get this Jordan 12 pull tab that also has this tag that says Jordan, quality inspired by the greatest player ever. You also see something like that on the inside of the Jordan 11's tongue. And this shoe just comes with one set of laces, white out of the box, no extra laces. White probably fits the best on this colorway. And the top 4 eyelets of each shoe, that is of course the Jumpman metallic-like eyelets. And then moving up the tongue of the shoe, another very distinct thing about the 12, it is the 2-3, 2 spelled out, 3 just the number, with that Jumpman on the top. And the Jordan 12 does come with a Phylon midsole with a full-length Zoom Air unit. And the 12 was actually the first time Jordan Brand switched from Nike Air to Zoom Air. So start of a new era. And you also get a rubber outsole, majority herringbone. And if you're wondering where the Taxi nickname came from, it is because of this taxi yellow that you see on the outsole of the shoe. And it is also a carbon fiber shank. Carbon fiber, if you didn't know, very lightweight, but very durable, prevents your shoes from bending and twisting too easily, provides a lot of support and rigidity. So love carbon fiber on shoes. And right at the top, you'll see a 23 yellow tab there, as well as a Jumpman that actually extends onto the toe of the shoe. Now that's probably my least favorite thing about the 12s. Never really liked how that Jumpman ball like crept up onto the toe. The Jordan 40s actually does the same thing, paying tribute to this shoe. But for me, I personally have never really loved that. Insole of the shoe, just a Dreamcell insole, nothing special. In the box of the shoe, an original Jordan 12 box with a Nike swoosh in the middle. You get the phrase engineered and built to the exact specifications of championship athletes around the world. And inside, just kind of like cardboard colored paper. I believe the OGs came with black paper. Please confirm or correct me in the comments below. And in terms of sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer for 12s. No real good option for fat footers because the arch of the 12 here goes up very high. So if you have flat feet or like super wide feet, this will really dig into your arches. It breaks in a bit like when you wear the shoe quite often, but it never really goes away. You can always kind of feel it. The full length Zoom Air is nice. Carbon fiber, if you're used to like basketball shoes or wearing retro basketball shoes for casual use, you can get pretty used to it, but it does feel more stiff than like a very soft type of sole shoe that you might find in 2025. Those like very thick cushioned shoes. So that's a bit of an adjustment, but for non-flat footers, I think the 12 is decently comfortable. So if you don't have wide feet, I recommend just sticking true to size. If you have wide and flat feet, I'd say if you have to choose, stick true to size anyway, because I have gone up half a size in the 12s, and the way this part creases, similar to the ones, it just starts to crease like vertically. It just becomes very ugly because there will be a little bit of like empty dead space, and it just does not look good. So if you have flat feet, just suck it up and come to terms with the fact that the 12s will never really fit you that well. And that brings the total score of the Jordan 12 Taxi to 28 out of 40. A pretty average score compared to other general releases. First is colorway. Like I said, like it, don't love it. It is OG, so it's like just historically a bit significant, but looking at it objectively on a shelf, does it catch my attention? Not that much. Because number one, I don't love 12s in general. And this is just very simple, very clean, but doesn't like hit the right spots. And in terms of the materials, you can feel a lot of the texture of this leather here. Doesn't mean just because it's very textured that it's the best leather. There are ways to create that type of aesthetic. This is pretty common for 12s. I wouldn't say this material is like out of this world or anything. And in terms of the comfort, personally, for me, not the most comfortable shoe. Flat footers, 12s aren't your best friend. That arch area, it's gonna hurt you like a vengeful X. That just does not feel good for flat footers. But if you don't have flat feet, underfoot, Zoom Air feels pretty good. Can be still a relatively kind of flat to the ground and stiff shoe because of the carbon fiber plate. But if you're like used to retro basketball shoes as casual shoes, these are decently comfortable. And in terms of the versatility, I think the 12s in terms of the shape actually has a kind of sophistication and elegance to it that really looks nice and goes well in a lot of different settings. Versatility of the colorway, easy to wear. Easy to put on like any bland color and it'll match really well. Black and white, majority black and white anyway. The yellow is like hidden, so you're not like a super bold color on the upper with a bit of red in the toe box area. Very versatile and easy to wear shoe. The only 12 I can remember reviewing this year is the Jordan 12 Mellow. Might be another one mixed in there that I can't remember, but that one stands out because that is actually one of my favorite Jordan 12s ever. Flu Games number one. Actually, Flu Games came out this year. Or was it last year? I think it was this year. Flu Games, my favorite. Jordan 12 Mellow might be next. And I am someone that usually props up OG colorways a bit more. There's just something about Michael Jordan wearing them on feet that makes it a bit more significant. It is nice, but there are some other 12s that I like better. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Sole Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 12 Taxi. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes